George, today the Georgetown Marriott, the Private Sector Commission, in collaboration with the Caribbean Corporate Governance Institute out of Trinidad, hosted an inaugural breakfast seminar. And leading the charge and bringing information and greetings on behalf of the Private Sector Commission was the Vice Chair of the Commission, Mr. Desmond Sears.
I'd formally like to welcome you to this Corporate Governance Breakfast Seminar, the first of a series of events to be held here in Guyana. The seriousness of good corporate governance cannot be understated. We must be careful and must have information about what is legally and morally acceptable to prevent corporate governance crises, such as accounting frauds, which led to the bankruptcy of massive companies like Enron and WorldCom.
The featured speaker this morning, coming out of Uganda, is Ms. Alison Kibridge, and she brings a wealth of experience in this area of corporate governance. Here are some excerpts from her presentation.
Every document you pick up that talks about corporate governance kind of explains it in a different way. Reflected in that, we don't even have the same approaches to corporate governance around the world. The two extremes are capitalism and socialism. And if you look at both types, capitalism reflected in what we call shareholder value approach to governance, and the socialism in what we call stakeholder approach to governance, there are opposite extremes. What makes an effective board? The first thing is getting the right board composition. Okay, and again, making sure that you have the right people on the board with the right skills and experience.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Caribbean Corporate Governance Institute is Ms. Denise Dionarine, and she brought the vote of thanks and some closing remarks.
Our upcoming seminars this year with the PSC will focus on family-owned governance, which is a key stakeholder, as you can appreciate, in the economy and corporate governance as well. And later on in the year, in Q4, we will work on a seminar for the governance of state-owned enterprises, equally an important stakeholder in governance and the economy.
George, the seminar this morning was very well attended. Those in attendance received certificates for participation. However, the intention is for the organization, the Caribbean Corporate Governance Institute, to roll out a plan here in Guyana, as they're doing across the Caribbean, where they'll issue certificates and diplomas to organizations and institutions who participate in governance training, in corporate governance training. That's the intention as they move forward. Back to you, George.
Thanks for watching Headline News. Leave a like or a comment below. And for updates on the latest news happening in Guyana, click the subscribe button.